Train the muscles, not the joints.
Welcome back to Natural Gallant Bodybuilding Motion. And today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to spread out your sets in a given workout. Now, of course, you guys all know that you have a finite amount of energy to spend during a workout. So some guys might be able to do 20 sets in a workout. Another guy might be only able to do 10 sets or 12 sets in a workout with real effort, real intensity. And another person might be able to do 30 sets, whatever, So each person's going to have a different threshold. But the question is that somebody just asked me is, how should they spread out their workout? Should they put more sets on one individual exercise? Or should they spread those sets out amongst a few different exercises, such as only getting 2 or 3 sets in for an exercise and then moving on to another exercise rather than doing 6 sets just for one exercise? Now, I have an answer for this that is a general answer for most people, but one thing I will say, and this is a disclaimer, if you are a person that seems to really thrive on volume training based on your constitution, like you seem to be one of those people that doing lots of reps and lots of sets just seems to get you bigger. I'm not one of those people, but you might be. If you are, then I'd say maybe you're better off exhausting yourself with more sets. But what I've found for the most part is that you're better off remembering that you are a power and anaerobic athlete first, not an endurance athlete. And you're better off putting full out effort into 2 or 3 sets for an exercise and then moving on to another exercise and hitting the muscle from a different angle. And this will help establish more of an anaerobic muscle type environment instead of an endurance environment. Because if you're doing lots and lots of sets, one could argue that the body starts to say, how can I conserve energy and last longer instead of being more fast twitch fiber dominant or more power dominant. It's kind of like running marathons. If you're running, let's just say if you're running 100 miles a day and then you go to sprint, the body will say, which one am I going to adapt to? Well, it's going to adapt to the marathon running first and foremost, not the sprinting, right? Because the marathon running is going to have such an energetic burden on the body that it will drain the body off, and the body will know, and it almost has this type of survival instinct, it will know that it's better off conserving its resources because it has to do this massive long haul journey at a moderate pace. Now, one could say, yeah, the sprinting will help have a faster pace during the marathon running, but you still will not be putting all your resources into becoming a faster, short distance runner. So it's the same thing with muscle mass. If you start training too long and doing too many sets and too much volume, you're going to be changing the environment that which your body is, you're trying to get it to adapt to. You're trying to make it into this power burst of anaerobic activity. You're not trying to turn it into an endurance Navy SEAL type of thing, right? Not when you're trying to put on muscle mass anyway. I mean, one could argue for being in overall shape, that having the best of all worlds and whatever, and just having some sort of happy medium, that's all fine. But if you're trying to put on muscle mass, I would say just doing extra sets for the sake of extra sets can lead you to an exhaustion game. You're really just burning energy for the sake of burning energy, but you're not necessarily efficiently using your energy to put on muscle. So if I was going to be doing chest one day, I do bench press, and then I do incline, and then I do flies. Like say I'm doing like a 3-day split or something like that. I train my chest every 3 or 4 days. Say I was doing that type of program. I'd be doing the flies, the inclines, the flat, and maybe some dips or something to finish it off, or maybe close grip push-ups or medium grip push-ups or something on the floor. But I'd be doing 3 sets of each and just hitting the chest from different angles, right? Instead of just doing all 10 sets with one exercise. Now, I'm not saying that I've never done that. Yes, I have done that, and there can be some argument for you doing that once in a while. But like I've talked about in a video or two ago, you always want to reset back more to the anaerobic power approach so that the body can recover from what you're giving it, and it feels like it's okay for it to put all its resources into doing that that quarter mile race instead of the 50 or 500 mile race, right? You know, we know a drag car is much different than an endurance car, right? An endurance car that goes on the Baja, you know, like basically does a 500 or 1,000 mile race, you know, these rally drivers. The car has to be totally designed different to do the quarter mile under 8 seconds or so, right? It has to be just a total different design. It's not going to be great for long distances, but it's going to be really great in that sprint. And that's really what you're doing with bodybuilding. Even when you are doing 40 rep sets or 50 rep sets, the set is still only lasting 1 minute to 2 minutes tops. And then from there, you're resting, right? But you're trying to always get that first set to break your records of that first set. You're really trying to beat your records of how many reps you can get. So yeah, keep this in mind. If you are, you know, generally responding to volume like crazy really well, then yeah, then maybe just do lots of volume for a body part and whatever. But I still think you'll probably get more results from spreading the volume out and attacking the muscle from different angles. And by doing so, you're going to have a more balanced muscle, and at the same time, you're not going to get caught up in the endurance game that a lot of people get caught up in, just doing more is better. So yeah, I hope this helps out in your training. Thanks a lot for watching. If you need to get hold of me, just go to naturalglandbodybuilding.com, and thanks to the Patreon supporters, and take care for now. Mountain.